my house. You know what? The family fucked my husband.
Hey, this is Sensibility Speaks. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all, it is about that time. Let's sip some sensibility, shall we? So as I was perusing down these social media streets, honey, I ran across this picture of Mr. Ralph Pittman, Drew Sidora's soon-to-be ex-husband. I said, what in the thirst trap ish is this? Child, it says, call me daddy in the kitchen. Now, I thought he worked at a tech company. So for those of you who watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta, many of us really don't know what he does for a living, but he proclaims that he works in tech, okay, in the IT field. I ain't seen this Bama behind no computer. I ain't seen him working on no hardware, software, writing no code. I ain't seen him doing nothing except insulting Drew at every turn, okay, and being a condescending, you know what, a prick. So I said, well, why does this look familiar to me? And lo and behold, I was like, now Martell Holt did the same thing. Oh, Martiana busted down. He's another thirst trapper. And from time to time, he too likes to put up racy photos for the pygmishas out there. I said, now look at here. Now, about a couple years ago, give or take, Martell was talking about he wanted to write a cookbook and he had a thirst trap picture up. I was like, child. I said, they have a lot in common. They're both egomaniacal and narcissistic and all that stuff, right? And really don't have jobs, so it seems, allegedly, and in my opinion. And just like Melody Cherie Rogers is now soaring and living her best life after she got rid of that albatross from around her neck and she dropped that dead weight, honey, hopefully Drew Sidora can do the same thing, whether her be with WNBA player Ty or whatever it is that she does. Child, let's keep it moving. Now, speaking of Drew Sidora, you know they had the season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15, and Kandi Burrus has a YouTube channel. Speak on it. Well, why does she invite Miss Courtney Rhodes up there? When I said Kandi is receiving some backlash, because I saw a little snippet of their interview, the pre-interview before she dropped the full interview live. They said roughly 6,000 or more people were in the chat. Okay, I fell asleep by that time. Honey, when I went to look for it the next morning, that ish was gone, okay? Now, according to the neighborhood talk, Kandi Burrus, accused of deleting harsh scene from YouTube interview and re-uploading it, and true, Courtney Rhodes allegedly made inappropriate comments about Drew Sidora's sister's mental health. Now, I was reading through the comments and people were really going in. Someone said, Kandi, I love you, but having her on the show after all of the vile things she said about Drew is terrible. And to not even address why the video is now edited after the mental health comments is just bad. It should and needs to be addressed. And looking at this, that particular comment was liked by Drew Sidora. And the neighborhood talk goes on to say it looks like social users caught wind of Candy's interview before it was quietly erased and re uploaded. Thoughts on this, neighbors? Okay. Oh my goodness. When I tell you people be going in, they said Candy cares about her bag and that's it. That's all. Someone else said, Candy stay doing shady-ish, then acts like she don't know what the F went on. Oh my. Ooh, they rough. Candy been shady with Drew the entire season for no reason. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but let's continue. They said this girl has been everybody's punching bag this season, and last, and her sister legitimately had a nervous breakdown, and her father just died. When will these people realize it's not about them trying to get camera time and actually let Drew and her family heal? Because this crap is way too much and totally unnecessary, mean, and nasty for no damn reason. Okay? Ooh, that's mean. Candy and her wrinkly voice makes me sick. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Now, someone else said some positive. First of all, Candy is about the only authentic one on this show. Drew is one of the most shadiest characters, but plays victim when someone gives her energy back to her. Please. Oh, Lord. Someone says y'all need to hold on to the comments and to the reunion because clearly something went down between them. Now, I will say this. So I did look at the re-upload of Courtney and Candy's interview. What I didn't like is that Courtney purported to. Now, what I didn't like is how, in my opinion, now Courtney admitted that her and Ralph are cousins by marriage and that her first cousin is Ralph's best friend or something like that. And their families have been close for some time, but she didn't necessarily know Ralph in that manner, but they're really close now. And how when he first met her, he warned her how Drew was a liar. I'm like, how are you going to? Now, even Kandi had to step in and say something. And I'm going to see if I can find that clip and play it because I was just like, did she really just say that? I hate when people try to take sides and infiltrate a marital union because you known somebody 5 or 10 minutes and she'd have been with that man, what, 10, 12, 13 years, but married for 8 or 9? Who the hell are you to take his side? And he's a malignant narcissist. Of course, he's going to do and say anything to turn you against Drew. Let's look at a clip of that. Let me see if I can find that, child. And let me tell it as close as y'all are now. Y'all more like kissing cousins. I think I read this somewhere. They said, I hope this doesn't turn out to be a Portia and Simon Guobadia situation. You know, Courtney is single and people are foul. I can see her trying to get with Ralph, allegedly, and in my opinion, just to stay on the show for a storyline. Oh, but wait a minute. News just came about that the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the production team, they are trying to do a major overhaul like they did for the Real Housewives of New York. So hopefully you didn't kiss your cousin for no reason, allegedly, in my opinion. But let's continue.
See what happened. So Kenya, Marlo, and Kandi caused you a fix. Please stop. To attack them and say, don't call my wife a B. Some things is really not worth it. Okay. What in the motherfucking world? Okay, so let's dive into this episode. Starting off with Ralph and Drew.
Okay, girl.
Lord have mercy.
Child.
You a cousin, girl.
Child.
You are the cousin.
You know what? I'm claiming the cousin because we're actually cousin-in-laws, but he and I have created a very genuine relationship, and I am here for it. I am here for it.
Let me say this.
What's so funny?
I know I'm laughing. It's like we are actually cousin-in-laws. A lot of people didn't understand it, but me being
I
a
did
person,
from the jump.
well, yeah, you tried to explain it a couple of times, but people still was trying to be like, what?
Because they just didn't want us to be. You
Right.
know what I mean? But
Right.
we're black folks, and when you meet somebody that grew up spending the same night in the house that you grew up spending the night in, you're cousins. So
Yeah.
say what you want. If you don't understand it, you just don't have a traditional black,
To be honest,
family dynamic.
Right, to be honest with you, I got a huge family, so I get it. I get it. Like, it's like cousins with the other cousin. When they bring that cousin to many family events, they are a full-blood cousin, not a cousin-in-law.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, everybody don't understand the dynamic.
Right.
The only part that I didn't get about it was that it seemed like Ralph was so quick to defend you against his wife. And that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, I get the cousin-in-law thing, but it's like y'all just met, really, even though y'all have family that goes way back.
Yeah.
It's like his wife of, I guess they've been married. They got married the same year.
8 years. 8 years.
It's 9.
Oh, 9. Okay.
I think they got the same year. They're talking.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they knew each other 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
like I would have been feeling away
No,
if Todd had did that.
rightfully so, but I think that, and I totally agree with you in most relationships, but I think that we all know that their relationship was not traditional. And when I met Ralph,
What do you mean by not traditional?
I mean, just that they were having some issues. And when I met Ralph, pretty early on, once we realized that like my first cousins are his cousins, but actually his best friend is my first cousin and all that, he's like, I'm gonna just be honest, like Drew lies really bad. So I want y'all to build a genuine friendship, but just be careful. Because my cousins was like, she's a ride or die, like if she rock with you, you go love her. You know what I mean? So he was just pretty honest with me, like give her a fair shot, but please know, like she's done it to me for the last 8 years.
But even though he knew we were filming together and you could use that information against
I
her?
didn't. I never did.
Girl, no. Honey, when did Ralph's mouth become a goddamn prayer book? Child, you sound like a side chick. You cannot tell me that he and her ain't smashing, ain't getting together, ain't being inappropriate, flirtatious at the very least. Something's finna happen. And as I said before, I can see them hooking up for a storyline, but Then again, Miss Mamas, you're a friend of the show, but according to B. Scott, love B. Scott, the whole entire cast for Roa is going to be dismantled to include you, okay? So you did all that for nothing, like I said. Anyway, child, you speaking on that damn woman's marriage. Of course he's trying to sow seeds of discourse because he's a manipulative lying mofo. Okay, yeah, he's trying to say that she's a liar. That motherfucker's a liar. Bitch, you might be a liar for all we know. Child, anywho, continue. And let me tell you, I loves me some Kandi, but I'm disappointed in you, girl. I know you and Drew going through y'all things, and whatnot. But y'all just had to pass. I mean, in all fairness, I got to see the reunion to see how they're going back and forth. But based on the previews, they kind of at each other's throats. But and some people may say that Drew is biting the hand that feeds her. But I'm like, where is all of this harmony coming from? Where is all the dissension? I don't understand where it's stemming from. And Kandi, you the one that said what happens in a dungeon stays in the damn dungeon or something like that. In other words, you know, what happens in LA, what happens in Vegas or whatever. You know those adages and sayings. And I'm thinking back to that whole Bolo situation and Kandi being just so hell-bent on outing Drew for kissing a girl. So what she said it, but why are you so determined to put it out there? Anyway, child, let's keep listening.
Not in the beginning.
I mean, until I had permission to. Like,
It's like when people break up, like you have your friends you're gonna take, and Todd's gonna have his friends that he takes. Like you
Say it was all fair once they started breaking up.
Well, no, it's Ralph is my people at this point. Yes, if she didn't meet Drew at that party. She didn't meet Drew first.
and I never said anything that Ralph wasn't okay with, right? Like, I mean, and there's a lot of things I haven't said that I'm not going to say because I know it's important for their discovery and their divorce. So I only said things that I knew I could say. All along, I genuinely was believing Drew and trying to build a real friendship with her. Well, I had heard Drew's a good time, she's bisexual, and I was like, really? So I just asked Ralph. It was no secret. Like, she has fun with girls too, but he's aware of it.
What do you know about Drew and her girlfriend?
I know that Drew visits her.
Where is she visiting her?
Texas. I know that Ralph has a lot of the discovery.
What do you mean Ralph has a discovery?
You know, like when you're going through a divorce, you have to provide evidence, and it's called discovery. And I know that Ralph feels pretty confident about the discovery that he has. I have pictures of them on my phone, but I wasn't going to say that on camera. Y'all shouldn't have left me in there with vodka that long. Now we see why she was pushing so hard for that adoption. Because she was like, adopt this child so I can go be in my gay lover relationship and you pay the bills.
House. Let go! Let go!
Out. I'm so sorry. Get out! Get the fuck out!